Landing gear deployed.
Colonia Hydroponics Initiative. Authorities in Colonia have decided to build a state-of-the-art hydroponics facility, due to research projecting a possible food shortage in the region. Professor Diana Van Cleef, a scientific advisor to the Colonia Council, gave the following statement. The growing populace of Colonia means we need to provide a reliable and sustainable source of food for the region. We aim to address this by building a new facility that will serve Colonia for generations to come. The campaign is being run by Colonia Research Division, one of Colonia's partner organizations, which has asked pilots to deliver the requested mined resources to Templar Barracks in the Randnid system. The campaign begins on the 16th of August 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. Restoring order in Kamichi. Authorities in the Kamichi system have reported a distressing rise in the number of criminals operating in the area. Reports indicate that these felons are attacking pilots traveling in the system, disrupting trade and generally causing mayhem. To counter this threat, Kamichi Incorporated has placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, and has promised to reward pilots who deliver bounty vouchers to game and port. The campaign begins on 16th of August 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. And reports that Aegis's Eagle Eye installations are offline. The development is the result of Thargoid sensor-related interference at Dantok Enterprise, home of Aegis Core, which has neutralized Aegis's ability to transmit data to the orbital installations. The Eagle Eye installations play a vital role in countering Thargoid aggression by monitoring energy level fluctuations at Thargoid surface sites. The data allows pilots to determine which systems the Thargoids intend to attack. Admiral Tanner elaborated on the issue in a brief statement. With Dantok Enterprise experiencing widespread technical issues, it's impossible for us to communicate with the Eagle Eye installations. And unless the installations are fed a continuous stream of data, they are essentially useless. The Eagle Eye installations are one of the most effective weapons we have in our war against the Thargoids, and we would be grateful to any pilots who could deliver meta-alloys to Dantok Enterprise, to help us get the starport back online. Billionaire wins lottery. Renowned billionaire Zachary Rackham, owner of Rackham Capital Investments, has been confirmed as the winner of a lottery prize of 1 billion credits. Tori Theopolis, a spokesperson for the Federal Grand Lottery, announced. Our annual galactic jackpot has been claimed and the winning ticket verified. Our congratulations to Mr. Rackham, we hope he enjoys his billion credit prize. Zachary Rackham, known in some circles as Calico Zach, told the media. To be honest, this caught me by surprise. I only buy lottery tickets out of habit. A holdover from the days when I used to rattle around space in a rusty old Sidewinder. Naturally, I'll be donating this windfall to various charitable programs. The Federal Times published this observation from financial journalist Brianna Blanco. It's highly suspicious that a billionaire should play the lottery, and even more suspicious that he should win it. I'm sure that Calico Zach's accountants will indeed put this money to good use, paying the gargantuan bill for unpaid taxes recently submitted to his company. Once a pirate, always a pirate. New computer designs announced. Federal Times journalist Harlan Azri has highlighted 2 new personal computer designs currently in development. For a long time, the Sirius and Achilles corporations have been the main suppliers of personal computing devices, but 2 smaller companies are aiming to challenge that monopoly. The first company, Supertech, is working on a revolutionary design called the Torque, a flexible ring that coils around the user's wrist or neck. It uses high-resolution holographic projectors to surround the user with illuminated displays and motion-sensitive interfaces. The second company, Herculean Machines, has taken a more down-to-earth approach. The DuraDrive is a chunky, durable tablet designed to withstand rough handling. Herculean has promised a range of peripherals, allowing users to custom-build their own version of the device. Both companies plan to reveal prototypes of their designs at a technology expo in October. But can the market support 2 rival products? We'll no doubt be hearing more about the Torque and DuraDrive in the near future. Rogue robot located. A mining robot that went out of control on Homeland in the Beta Hydri system has been located and disabled. The MacArthur Mining Limited DG090 machine disappeared after self-activating and tunneling underground. It remained lost for several days before being discovered over 100 kilometers from where it malfunctioned. Security Chief Sarah Kulkarni gave this report. Our sensor drones detected the robot as it surfaced in the Blue Peaks mountain range. We believe it was obeying its primary programming by homing in on mineral ores. Federal Navy gunships were immediately dispatched. Once located, partially destroyed from the air before it could cause any further damage. Director Chen Emerson of McCarver Mining Limited commented, "An inspection of the robot's remains confirmed our suspicion that it had been placed in the incorrect standby mode. Its comms array was then disrupted by local signals, activating a preset mining program. The DG090 series is very reliable, and this unfortunate incident should not be perceived as a blemish on its excellent reputation." Starport status update. This report presents the latest.
Released. Engines engaged.
Data on starports experiencing technical issues as a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. The following starports are currently closed: Kaiden Base, Tasheka,
Landing gear retracted.
Shaviano Dock, Happets, Dantec Enterprise, Sochur, Kanwa Enterprise, Cerno, Obruchev Orbital, Deve, Pascal Platform, Ahayan, Pordinan Port, Bernewan, Sinisalo Holdings, HIP 18305, Stackpole Platform, Manite, Unity, New Yembo. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure. Week in review. Here are this week's major stories. A ship transporting former Rear Admiral Riri McAllister has vanished. McAllister, also known as Nexus, was on trial for her crimes as the founder of terrorist group the League of Reparation. While it is likely that the ship was destroyed by the League's enemies, being members of the League has not been ruled out. Meanwhile, campaigner Yal Torido has resigned from Unchained, the anti-slavery organization
Frameshift drive charging.
he founded with Princess Aisling Duval. His resignation has prompted speculation about a possible disagreement between him and Duval, with commentators citing earlier rumors of a romance between the pair. The Federal Intelligence Agency has apprehended further members of the Thargoid cult to determine if the sect is communicating with the Thargoids. Some see the arrests as tantamount to religious persecution, while others claim that the Thargoid faction has invited suspicion upon themselves, and that the detainments are justified. In other news, a malfunctioning mining robot has run amok through a settlement on homeland in the Beta Hydri system. Sensor drones are now searching for the robot, which tunneled underground after breaking out of its container. Security personnel are hoping to find the machine before it causes any serious damage. After sustained Thargoid attacks on civilian targets in the Thargoid Nebula, system authorities have launched a rescue operation to locate and recover survivors. Pilots have been asked to help with the operation, and also to
Frameshift drive charging.
trade foods so those rescued can be adequately fed. Finally, a spokesperson for Aranbarahan Purple Creative has announced that its campaign to build a cargo ship has been enthusiastically received by the galactic community. Scores of pilots supported the campaign by delivering commodities to Vance Terminal and by eliminating agitators in Aranbarahan, thereby ensuring the safety of traders. And those are the main stories this week. The death of Nexus. A medical ship transporting the injured Riri McAllister has vanished and is presumed destroyed. Former Rear Admiral McAllister was on trial on Turner's World for her crimes as Nexus, the founder of terrorist group the League of Reparation. After being shot by the daughter of the assassinated Senator Nestor Cartesius, McAllister was to be taken to an advanced medical facility. Deputy Inspector Mara Clapp made this statement. Having lost contact with the vessel, we dispatched ships to its last known location. We found only debris, suggesting the ship was attacked and either vaporized or hijacked. Either way, we assume the transport's crew.
Frameshift drive charging.
We did. This may have been another act of vengeance from those affected by the League's fanaticism. Alternatively, someone connected to the League may have wanted to silence McAllister to prevent her from revealing information.
4, 3, 2.
It's also plausible that this was a rescue mission, and that McAllister was liberated by surviving members of the League. The League of Reparation is no longer considered a threat. As such, the Tri-Superpower Task Force to investigate them has been disbanded. Agents from Alliance Interpol, the Federal Intelligence Agency and the Imperial Internal Security Service have returned to their regular duties. Meanwhile, Riri McAllister has been listed
Redshift drive charging.
as missing rather than dead. Although her survival is unlikely, we cannot ignore the risk that the woman once known as Nexus may one day reappear to pursue her twisted beliefs. Rogue robot. A malfunctioning mining robot has run amok through a settlement on Homeland, in the Beta Hydri system. The robot in question was a MacArthur Mining Limited, DG090 model, designed to extract and process
Incoming mission critical message.
from asteroids. It was one of 10 brand new robots being loaded onto an orbital cargo shuttle. Video feeds show the huge machine self-activating and breaking out of its container. It used its mining lasers, fusion drills and excavator claws to carve a path across the landing field. The robot then burrowed into the ground and disappeared. Security Chief Sarah Kulkarni gave the following statement to the media. Sensor drones are performing subterranean scans, but have not yet located the robot. We have therefore declared a regional state of emergency. Should the machine accidentally rupture a water main or pierce an underground power line, the potential for significant damage, even loss of life, is high. Director Jen Emerson of MacArthur Mining Limited made this statement. We are shocked by this incident, and an urgent inquiry is underway. The DG090 series is highly reliable and has never malfunctioned before. Our theory is that, due to human error, the unit was placed in the incorrect standby mode, and that stray signals from a nearby comms network triggered a preset program. We are supporting all efforts to locate the robot and shut it down. Pleiades rescue operation. After sustained Thargoid attacks on civilian targets in the Pleiades Nebula, system authorities have launched a rescue operation to locate and recover survivors. The operation is being coordinated by Superintendent Marla Poulsen of Aegis Research, who made this announcement. System authorities in the Pleiades have been channeling their resources into combating the Thargoid menace. As a result, search and rescue initiatives have been neglected, but we are determined to plug that gap. That means a lot of civilians rescued from escape pods, which also means a lot of hungry mouths to feed, so we'll need to bolster our current food stocks as a precautionary measure. Pilots are requested to recover occupied escape pods and damaged escape pods. In addition, the following food resources are also required: fruit and vegetables, grain, and food cartridges. Both recovered pods and food stocks should be delivered to Donosok, in the Pleiades Sector IRW, D155 system. The campaign begins on the 9th of August 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. Aran Barahan campaign concludes. A spokesperson for Aran Barahan Purple Creative has announced that its campaign to build a cargo ship has been enthusiastically received by the galactic community. Scores of pilots supported the campaign by delivering commodities to Barnes Terminal, and by eliminating agitators in Aran Barahan, thereby ensuring the safety of traders. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect their rewards from Barnes Terminal, in the Aran Barahan system. Further arrests of Far-God cultists. The Federal Intelligence Agency has apprehended further members of the Far-God cult. Opinion regarding the FIA's actions. Some see the arrests as illegal and tantamount to religious persecution. Others claim that the Far-God worshippers have invited suspicion upon themselves, and that the detainments are justified. Dr. Jamila Griffin of the Galactic Interfaith Commune commented, "We strongly oppose this hostility against the Far-God sect. These arrests are motivated by fear rather than evidence. We must fight for the civil rights of our fellow citizens, even if we do not share their beliefs." A prominent campaigner against the Far-God cult, Juanita Bishop, told the media, "This is a victory for right-thinking people everywhere. Those warped alien lovers are a blight on our system, one that should have been eradicated long ago." Senior Agent Micah Whitefield of the FIA stated, "This operation is purely a security matter. Under federal law, any action that undermines enemy activity during wartime is legal, including the suspension of civil liberties. We are expanding our investigation to include all members of this organization and anyone with a connection to it. Yal Torido resigns from Unchained. Campaigner Yal Torido has resigned from Unchained, the anti-slavery organization he founded with Princess Aisling Duval. Unchained's press office released this statement. We can confirm that Yal Torido has officially resigned from his position as co-chief executive officer, effective immediately. Princess Duvan remains our patron and CEO. We wish Mr. Torido all the best with his future endeavors. Rima Falco, a journalist writing for the Imperial Herald, made these observations. Considering Torido's passionate rhetoric against imperial slavery, it's surprising for him to abandon an organization that he co-founded. The recent assassination attempt against Princess Duval at an Unchained fundraiser may have caused him to regret allying with such a volatile political figure. As yet, there is no comment from Her Imperial Highness. This has led to speculation that there was a falling out between the two. Rumors of romance between them never quite went away, even after the princess's engagement to Jordan Rochester. Is this perhaps a jealous rival storming off in a fit of pique? Representatives from Unchained have said that their campaigning, fundraising and slave liberation programs will continue as normal. Starport status update. This report presents the latest data on Starport's experiencing technical
Warning. Landing gear not deployed.
issues as a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. The following
Landing gear deployed.
starports are currently closed. Brady City, Chauville. Serily Port, Setted.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Flag Station, 41 New Psilon 4, Eridani. Nagata Port, Setted. North Dock, Amalnet. Schmidt Platform, 18-08642. Tani Hub, Ainunikori. Vandriat Willy Orbital, Shabugani. Vinci Ring, HIP 91085. Young Husband Station, Miku. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure. Week in Review. Here are this week's major stories. An attempt to assassinate Princess Aisling Duval has been prevented by the Imperial Internal Security Service. The attempt occurred in the ZOW system during a fundraising event. The IISS is analyzing the explosives used in the attempt to determine their origin. Meanwhile, former Rear Admiral Riri McAllister has been shot. She is currently undergoing medical treatment. The incident took place at the Alliance Chamber of Justice on Turner's World in the Alioth system. McAllister was on trial for organizing acts of terrorism as Nexus, founder of the League of Reparation. The Federal Intelligence Agency has launched an investigation into the Far God cult. Several members of the sect have been arrested. An FIA agent said that the purpose of the investigation was to confirm that the sect was not in contact with Thargoid forces, or being influenced by them. In other news, Aran-Barahan Purple Creative, an independent organization based in the Aran-Barahan system, has announced plans to build a massive cargo ship to transport goods out of the booming system. In support of this goal, the organization has placed an open order for various commodities, and has promised to reward pilots who deliver these commodities to Barnes Terminal in the Aran-Barahan system. Celebrated author Olav Redcourt has cancelled the promotional tour for his latest novel. In a statement, the author said he was abandoning the historical romance genre in favor of a new science fiction saga. The author's agent responded by underscoring that science fiction is a niche genre with a tiny audience. Finally, the Alliance has announced that its appeal for mined resources has reached a successful conclusion, having received an overwhelming response from the galactic community. Huge quantities of raw material were delivered to California Gateway over the past week, which will be used to construct an Ocellus starport in the MEL-22, Sector GMVC-28 system. And those are the main stories this week. Far God cult under investigation. The Federal Intelligence Agency has launched an investigation into the Far God cult. Several members of the sect have been arrested for interrogation.
Released. Engines engaged.
Senior Agent Mika Whitefield of the FIA released this statement. Given the organization's
Hull integrity compromised.
proclaimed interest in the Thargoids, it is vital that we confirm they are not in contact with Thargoid forces, or or being influenced by them. The FIA is working
Landing gear retracted.
with local security agencies across many systems to ascertain the truth. The Reliable News Service has broadcast footage of armed federal troops forcing their way into the cult's hive chapels and dragging cult members into armored vehicles. There was no sign of resistance from the Far God adherents. Other video feeds show groups of citizens trying to shield the Far God worshippers, while rival groups can be seen cheering on the soldiers. Juanita Bishop, who runs a campaign against the Far God sect, told the media, "We knew these foul cultists were Thargoid spies. Now we're going to be proved correct. They should have been rounded up and executed weeks ago." Aranbara Purple Creative Campaign. Aranbara Purple Creative, an independent organization based in the Aranbara system, has announced plans to build a massive cargo ship to transport goods out of the booming system. In support of this goal, Aranbara Purple Creative has placed an open order for various commodities, and has promised to reward pilots who deliver these commodities to Barnes Terminal in the Aranbara system. The organization has also placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to ensure that those contributing commodities to the campaign can do so safely. The campaign begins on the 2nd of August 3304 and will run for 1 week.
Frameshift drive charging.
If the final target is met earlier than planned,
Ready to engage.
the campaign will end immediately.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Alliance initiative concludes. The Alliance has announced that its appeal for mined resources has reached a successful conclusion, having received an overwhelming response from the galactic community. Huge quantities of raw material were delivered to California Gateway over the past week, which will be used to construct an Ocellus starport in the MEL-22, Sector GMVC-28 system. With the campaign at an end, Alliance official Torvin Dast issued the following statement. "We are grateful for the efforts made by those pilots who helped bring this initiative to fruition. Construction of this starport will make the long journey to the California Nebula safer for traders and colonists alike. Construction of the new starport is expected to begin soon. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect their rewards from California Gateway and the Sinufai EBR C-75 system." Riri McAllister shot. Former Rear Admiral Riri McAllister has been shot. She is currently undergoing medical treatment. The incident took place at the Alliance Chamber of Justice on Turnus World in the Alioth system. McAllister was on trial for organizing acts of terrorism as Nexus, founder of the League of Reparation. Deputy Inspector Mara Klatt, who was delivering prosecuting evidence at the trial, briefed the media. Shortly after McAllister took the stand, she was struck by a single shot from the visitors' gallery. She is now in intensive care and awaiting transport to an advanced medical facility. Assuming she recovers, the trial will continue at a later date. The shooter has been identified as Polly Cartesius, daughter of Nestor Cartesius, an Imperial senator murdered by the League of Reparation. She used a concealed laser firearm specially designed to avoid security scans. She did not resist arrest, and it is clear that this was an act of revenge for her father's death. As she is an Imperial citizen, we have extradited her to the care of the ISS. Polly Cartesius was last seen in public 2 weeks ago during her father's ceremonial funeral, which saw his body entombed in the Hall of Martyrs beneath the Imperial Palace. It is thought that she traveled to Alliance space using false identification. Captain Sutonia has taken Miss Cartesius into custody and returned with her to Canada, where she will stand trial for attempted murder.
DeLacy, Romeo, Alpha, Golf. Submit a docking request before attempting to land at this federal station.
Ashley to...
Okay, Commander. Proceed to landing pad 01.
Assassination foiled. An attempt to assassinate Princess Aisling Duval has been prevented by the Imperial Internal Security Service. The attempt occurred in the ZAO system during a fundraising event for Unchained, the anti-slavery charity formed by the princess and campaigner Jan Torito. Captain Takeo Diomedes of the ISS gave his statement. Shortly after the fundraiser began, Princess Duval's security detail detected explosive charges at key locations across the event center. We immediately evacuated the building. The explosives, which were of amateur design, were disabled. Forensic analysis is underway to determine their origin. Aisling Duval has not addressed the incident and is continuing her fundraising.
3,000 meters from touchdown.
Duties for Aisling. Her fiancé, Federal Ambassador Jordan Rochester, made this comment. Had the explosives not been found, they would have killed hundreds of innocent people. Aisling and I are grateful to both federal and imperial security services, which are
Scan detected.
working together to ensure our safety. This is a splendid example.
Regulate your speed and maintain current vector.
Of interpower cooperation, which we hope will soon be commonplace. Author abandons interstellar project. Celebrated author Olav Redcourt has abandoned the promotional
Landing gear deployed.
Orphe's latest novel, halfway through a 2-month circuit of 50 systems. Reporters managed to catch Mr. Redcourt as he was storming off the passenger liner where he has spent the last 4 weeks. He told them, "I'm sick of churning out historical romance garbage, especially now that readers can change the damn story to suit themselves. I'm going to write the book I've always wanted to write, a science fiction saga set in the future." A statement was released by Bone Spire Publishing. Unfortunately, this incident constitutes a breach of contract, as Mr. Redcourt has only produced 14 Corsair King novels, rather than the 25 we agreed. We hope we can convince him
Liberty compromised.
to resume the tour and continue with the series. Margot
Contact. Power down system.
the author's agent, commented, "Olaf's a true artist, so I'm sure fans will understand that he wants a little creative freedom. I can't tell you anything about the new title yet, but science fiction is a niche genre with a tiny audience, so I hope it sells well enough to pay Olaf's legal bills." Starport Status Update. This report presents the latest data on starports experiencing technical issues as
All repaired.
a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. The following starports are currently closed. Brashear Landing, Jabugali. Collins Station, Huichi. Dampier's Progress, Jabugali. Ford Platform, HIP 41022. Griffiths Horizons, Raqqa. Israel Port, Mudra Makazi. Jury Silo, Obanbori. Lindblad Hub, Venexo. Scott Station, HIP 93685. Thomas Orbital, Wolf 1241. Vishnievsky Snerd Prospect, Anagorovici. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure. Week in Review. Here are this week's major stories. The League of Reparation has been dismantled, according to the Tri-Superpower Task Force investigating the organization. The announcement followed a successful operation to remove League forces from 2 systems, one in Federal and one in Imperial space. Riri McAllister, the League's central coordinator, has been charged with multiple terrorism-related crimes. The Church of Eternal Void, a fringe group that venerates the Guardians, has been declared illegal in every system where it operates. Cardinal Hieronymus and other senior members of the Church have been arrested for inciting acts of violence against the so-called Far God sect, which worships the Thargoids. Meanwhile, members of the Rochester family have come under attack following the engagement of Federal Ambassador Jordan Rochester to Princess Aisling Duval. Jordan Rochester's niece Callie Rochester was the victim of a physical assault, while her father Jupiter Rochester, a Core Dynamics executive, has come under fire from both shareholders and management. In other news, the classic children's show Andromedaries, about spacefaring camel-like lifeforms, is being remade for modern audiences. The production company behind the reboot has promised a dark, blood-soaked journey of psychological discovery, prompting dismay from the creator and writer of the original program, Vienna Langhorn. Finally, the Alliance has announced plans to build a new Oculus starport to further bridge the gap between the core systems and the Alliance's outposts in the California Nebula. The organization overseeing the initiative has placed an open order for mined resources to be used in the construction. And those are the main stories this week. League of Reparation eliminated. The League of Reparation has been dismantled, according to the Tri-Superpower Task Force investigating the organization. Captain Niam Sutonia of the Imperial Internal Security Service made this statement. Following the decryption of the League's comms network, we have now arrested or eliminated every member of the organization. The galactic community provided significant support by destroying the League's strongholds in federal and imperial space. Thanks to their efforts, Oraclat spoke to the media about Riri McAllister, now known to be Nexus, the League's central coordinator. McAllister voluntarily revealed a surprising amount of information during questioning. It seems the League began building its forces a few years ago, recruiting misguided obsessives and mercenaries. They targeted INRA descendants to whom they could gain easy access, murdering dozens of innocent people. After Commander Jameson's ship was discovered, the League started targeting high-profile individuals and leaving the For Jameson message. This was designed to generate exposure and spread terror to families with an INRA connection. McAllister has confessed to being the original architect of the League. As for her motivation, she insists she is a direct descendant of Commander John Jameson, and that her duty was to avenge his death. In fact, McAllister is registered as an orphan of unknown lineage, meaning that we cannot verify her claim. Our suspicion is that this is a long-held delusion or a product of a psychological disorder. Alliance Interpol later confirmed that McAllister had been charged with multiple terrorism-related crimes. Her trial will be held shortly. Classic children's show returns. A children's entertainment show that achieved great popularity 40 years ago is being remade for modern audiences. The animated program, which featured spacefaring camel-like lifeforms from another galaxy, was titled Andromedaries. After many years, its devoted fan base has raised funding for an independent entertainment company to purchase the rights. A press release from Black Shadow Productions stated, "This new incarnation of Andromedaries will delight fans both old and new. We'll be going on a dark, blood-soaked journey of psychological discovery, showcasing all the trials and pressures of intergalactic travel." Vienna Langhorn, the creator and head writer of the original show, commented, "It's about camels in space, for goodness sake. What are these morons doing to it?" Ogden Smith, president of the Andromedaries Superlative Society, told the media, "With all due respect to Vienna Langhorn, she doesn't understand the show like we do. The new version will return viewers to the gritty, realistic drama we enjoyed when we were kids." League of Reparation hunt concludes. The Tri-Power Task Force, whose goal is to eradicate the League of Reparation, has announced a successful conclusion to its recent campaign. Scores of pilots supported the task force by eliminating League terrorists in the Zibel and En Palang systems. As the campaign drew to a close, Captain Liam Sutonia had this to say: "The League of Reparation put up a good fight, just what we've come to expect from these fanatics, but we prevailed in the end. With the aid of the galactic community, we have now taken a bold step in eradicating this terrorist organization once and for all. Pilots who contributed to the initiative in the Zibal system can now collect their rewards from Higher Port. Pilots who contributed to the initiative in the En Palang system can now collect their rewards from Brundage City." Alliance Initiative. The Alliance has announced plans to build an Ocellus starport in the MEL-22, Sector GMVC-28 system, to further bridge the gap between the core systems and the Alliance's outposts in the California Nebula. Alliance official Torvin Dast issued the following statement: "Our previous initiative established a link between our outposts in the California Nebula and the galactic core. But to ensure the safety and well-being of travelers following the route, we need to maintain a robust program of starport construction. The initiative is being overseen by the Turner Research Group, which has placed an open order for mined resources to be used in the construction. The organization has also placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to ensure that those contributing material to the campaign can do so safely. The campaign begins on the 26th of July 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately." Rochester family attacked. Members of the Rochester family have come under personal and political attack following the engagement of Federal Ambassador Jordan Rochester to Princess Aisling Duval. Several media outlets shared news of an incident involving Jordan Rochester's teenage niece. A physical assault against Callie Rochester was reported on campus at Olympus Village University yesterday. Students surrounded Ms. Rochester and accosted her while chanting anti detail. Meanwhile, Callie's father, Jupiter Rochester, was featured in a financial report from the Federal Times. Core dynamic
Shields online.
strain dropped by 18% this month, undoubtedly due to the CEO's family being linked with an imperial.
Remember, go for departure.
Loitering is a violation.
Landing gear retracted. Rotational correction disabled. Flight assist off. Thrusters online. Docking request granted. Flight assist on. Rotational correction enabled. Landing gear deployed. Shields online.
passage. Shields online. Shields offline. Cannot comply. Cannot comply. Shields online.